Just do this thing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Everything sounds and looks as good as far as I can see. I'm Mombi Yuleman, and this is Melodies and Monsters. I have been working very hard on an album for the past year called Beneath Bridgewater, and it's actually a spiritual sequel to Race of the Appalachian. Where that one ended, this one begins, but it's a totally different story and has nothing really to do with the story of Race of the Appalachian. But again, where that one ended, this one begins, and the story of Beneath Bridgewater is about an uncle who goes out searching for his nephew who's gone missing. And if you don't know about Bridgewater, it's an area in Massachusetts that's considered a hot spot for paranormal activity. So there are lots of UFO sightings, Bigfoot sightings, thunderbirds, these little small creatures called puckwudgies, and so I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Like I said, it's been about a year I've worked on it, off and on. It's just one of those albums that I took my time with. I consider they would call it probably a lo-fi album, but it's very cinematic in other ways, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I can't really say any more as far as its release right now because I've been talking with some people, maybe being on a label, so I'm not going to say any more than that though, since nothing's official, but be on the lookout for that.
We had heard of these stories, but didn't really pay them any mind about creatures and satanic cults. Like the Bermuda Triangle, but out here in Massachusetts. They call it the Bridgewater Triangle. None of that stuff crossed my mind when we went in, though. I guess I should have listened.
So as some of you may be familiar with the CD packages I used to make, they're handcrafted CDs for every single release of every single album I did. I made these handcrafted albums with twine, and I would Mod Podge the image of the cover on the front and the back, and a lot of work went into them, but I sold out. And people have been inquiring about them, and so I'm doing phase 2 of those CDs. However, since it ended up being a huge task, like getting all the supplies for them, and I thought this was something I could do in a week. Nah. These new CDs take a lot more work because the actual covers or the materials I use take more to put together, so they will be coming out throughout the summer. But here is a look at Race of the Appalachian, the new version for phase 2. And as you can see, it's no longer an insert that tells the story. It's actually kind of glued on there with Mod Podge, which I love Mod Podge, good lord. And it will come with a card and a sticker. Here's the CD. Again, it will have the rope. And some of the artwork's been a little recrafted to fit this particular model. Next up. So I figured I would actually do a review. I'm going to try to do maybe a review per Melodies and Monsters. So let's do it. Shapeshifting is an album by Heinrich Dressel. Am I pronouncing that right? Let's check.
Pronouncenames.com.
Heinrich.
Heinrich.
Heinrich. Okay, so how do you pronounce? Am I pronouncing?
Heinrich.
All right, I get it. But am I pronouncing Dressel?
Do we have the correct pronunciation?
I don't
of
know.
your-
Dressel.
Dressel. Heinrich Dressel.
Dressel.
Okay, great, cool. So there's this album by Heinrich.
Dressel.
Okay, I get it. Heinrich Dressel, and this album called Shapeshifting. And this, if you're a fan of John Carpenter's The Thing, I think you're gonna love this. It definitely takes cues from John Carpenter's soundtrack a bit, though. I would say this feels more almost like a little more almost Escape from New York, because it has a lot more beats going on and stuff. But it's definitely Carpenter inspired. In fact, I would say there's even I don't know if you guys know who John Harrison, the composer, is, who is also a major influencer of artists on this label. I'm sure John Harrison was this composer for Day of the Dead and Creepshow, so I feel like there's some of those sounds even in there. But this is definitely an album that almost functions like a sequel to The Thing or something. The track titles are like McReady, Rescue Team, The Thing in Disguise, Attempt to Escape, Shapeshifting Creature, Nether Bay Strangers. Sorry. But yeah, this is the tape. Shape-shifting, and I really wanted this frosty blue. That's the one I wanted. I don't know, there was something nostalgic about that particular blue. Here's the case, or the insert. Look at that. Just like that opening to that wonderful, wonderful film. Anyway, this is a great soundtrack filled with like vintage retro analog synthesizer sounds that you would hear on something from an old Alan Howarth, John Carpenter soundtrack. So, and you can find it on the Spun Out of Control label on Bandcamp. So check out that Bandcamp. Spun Out of Control is a label that primarily focuses on soundtracks to movies that don't exist. So you go on there and look at all the fantastic artwork. They look like movie posters, really top-notch quality stuff that you're seeing there. So check that out. Check that Bandcamp out. I think you will love it and love everything they have to offer there. But also want to say that's a huge honor, and very happy to have these Melodies and Monsters videos featured on the Not to Lucan channel. It's definitely really cool to collaborate and be able to kind of make a network and have these up on that channel. So I'm very honored and very happy. So thank you, Joseph, for getting these on there.